Underground dialogue. We gon' tell the truth. We ain't scared like a lot of y'all. Matters who they are. Do we bow? No, not at all. Dropping bombs on this wicked world, so it gotta fall. Underground dialogue. We gon' tell the truth. We ain't scared like a lot of y'all. Matters who they are. Do we bow? No, not at all. Dropping bombs on this wicked world, so it gotta fall. From the industry to the Oval Office, we expose the darkest motives of them all and disclose what the protocol is. Thinking and moving logical, stopping every maneuver possible, and apologizing for truth is not optional. We gon' help you with what you go through, reshape and mold you, and sweep over them weak lies they told you. If you living with no clue, we gon' deprogram the old you, and you get to keep your soul too.
What up, man? It's your big brother K-Rino.
And it's your boy Keesto.
And y'all are tuned into the Underground Dialogue podcast where the name speaks for itself, man. Look, we own it like we want it to.
Yeah.
Man. Look, y'all don't know.
We got family.
We got one of our
originals.
Yeah. You know, back from the K-Rino radio days. Y'all was rocking with us way back in the days. Y'all know Young Pro is in the building, man.
Yeah, man. You know, it's been so long, man. I ain't young no more. I'm King Pro, man. I ain't young no more.
Compared to me, you still Young Pro.
Hey, man, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it, man.
Look, I'm still young.
Yeah.
We ain't gonna take that young type, but you know, you're a king. You're born a king.
Man, absolutely, man. Absolutely. And one thing, man, I gotta say, man, hey, salute to y'all brothers, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna be honest with you. Hey, big bro, K-Rino, man. Keesto.
What's up with it, big dog?
How many episodes we in right now?
We almost 60.
Okay. 60 episodes.
Yeah, 2 seasons.
Okay, that's like what, 2 years?
Yeah, about 2 years.
Almost 3.
Yeah.
No, we're over 2. We just had a 2-year anniversary.
Yeah, man. Hey, man, I just want to say, man, y'all done had some real stellar, you know, mega superstars from the culture on here. You know what I'm saying? From Killer Mikes to God knows who else. It's too many to name, man. You got a stack of photos over there that's about 60 thick. That's only one stack. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to say, man, on behalf of the culture, man, salute y'all boys, man. It's the Underground Dialogue podcast, man. I'm proud to be a part of it, man. So let's keep this thing going.
No question about it. Like I say, you was day one.
Yeah,
they wanted me.
Yes, J being modest. All this here, he helped me push this up in this bad boy.
Exactly.
Yeah, we picked out these tables, he made all this. And this paint on the wall, all of this. This J office.
Niggas done slept on this floor. We ain't gonna talk about that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. I'm glad to be. Hey, it's 2025.
Yeah, man.
2025.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Look, we started doing K-Rino Radio in 2018.
Yeah.
7 years ago.
See?
I think in January.
Yeah.
So
Damn,
it's been a full 7 years since we was over there at KPFT doing all that.
Yeah,
so I think how fast that time done flew by.
Yeah.
See, you
and
know
then,
what?
even before then, we got stuff from, I think it was 15 or 16
No.
when we was bringing them over to the other radio station.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah. You know, we was on. Hey, you know what? Shout out to Texas 101 Jams, man. That's where we got our start way back in the game, man. But we was over there on that building over there off the 59 by the Colorado Strip Club, back behind there on the little floor. Yeah, Texas 101 Jams, Support Street Radio.
Yeah, it's been a second, man.
It's been a minute, man. That was like 2015,
Yeah,
2016.
Crazy.
Yeah, man. Time's flying, man.
Time be flying, man.
Hey, but you know what? We blessed to still be here, man. Because think about how many people have came and went.
Right.
Yeah.
And came and quit.
Yeah.
Came and quit. Let's talk on it, man.
My thing be like, it always trips me out how people come into any form of the industry and they be thinking it's gonna be easy. They think that, oh man, I'm gonna put an album out. I'm gonna be a rapper. I'm gonna start me up a podcast. And then once you jump in that rat race, because it's absolutely a rat race. It's like you talking about the podcast space is just like the rap game now.
Oh, it is.
Everybody doing it now.
Yeah.
The rappers doing podcasts, the athletes doing podcasts, the political pundits doing podcasts. Everybody got one. So now when you step in this space, it's just like music. You got to find something that's going to distinguish you from the rest of the pack and that's going to attract the people.
It's the new media.
Yeah.
It's basically the new media. So even the people I've seen, they quitting CNN and getting on YouTube and doing their own thing. Don Lemon got his own.
Man, look at Cameron and Mace, man. Salute to them brothers right now because they is killing it. Hey, shout out to Gilly and Wallow. Man, $1 million worth of game. They killing it right now, man.
K got a sports show.
Willie D.
Yeah.
Hold on. K, you got a sports show?
K got a
we got a sports podcast. Me and my homie DJ Rec.
Yeah.
So we
Hey man, shout out to DJ Rake, man. Shout out to DJ Rake, man. Yeah, yeah.
you know, but those guys that you was naming, to me, they're like the inspiration for guys to look at, like for rappers. Like, look,
Oh, yeah.
we looking like, man, these guys jumped in that arena and then they pushed it all the way up.
Yeah.
So, but like I say, you know, I'm always gonna ride for the team. You know, definitely Willie D and you know, Mike D.
Shout out to Willie D and Mike D, man. This is another guy. What's your boy, man? Donnie Houston, man.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
He
we always
keep doing
say
his
shout out,
things. Hey, shout out to Donnie Houston. I be watching some of them interviews too, man. He's doing his thing. He really in his journalistic bag right now.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that for the culture, for real.
The message is, man, whatever you're gonna do, come in war mode.
Yeah.
Come in with the mindset that I got to fight my way in this thing and make it. Man, look, bro, it's like, you know, we make it look easy, me and Keesto. We could tell your stories, bro. You know, it's like you got to grind to really just get your foot in to land some of these interviews, to put yourself in position. You know, it's like, don't come in it if you think it's gonna be a smooth ride.
Yeah, or you're entitled, or you think everything gonna just be smooth. It's the grind is just putting it together. Is just part A. Then you got to put the wheels on it. Relationships, build. I mean, like that's why I respect K, because I can hustle with K. Because K got to grind like I got, so he's half Jamaican somehow.
Somehow. Somebody saying the bomber club. The lost club.
See, that go a long way, because you know you got to have people that understand. You know, you can't have nobody rocking with you that if it's not going smooth, they ready to jump ship. They ready, oh man, just forget it. It ain't gonna work. Like, nah, dude, we gonna keep on hitting. We gonna keep on snatching.
Yeah.
I mean, we had a J-Dog interview, and Keisha was like, I think 2 days due.
Yeah.
I like keep it up in there. We gotta get this show done.
Hey, little Cram, I know you ready to come out fly. But you gotta stay there.
We gotta get
come up a little bit. Right now, we gotta pay some bills, my boy.
Like, man, I got a few more things to do before I come out of here. I'm gonna go clean up and help.
But you know what? I'm gonna tell you though, man, it's very, very inspirational to watch, man. Two young brothers that I know personally, because I got relationships with both of y'all. So to see y'all come together, man, and watch what y'all doing for not only for Houston, but for the culture as a whole, man. You have historical artists that have made huge contributions to this thing that we call rap and hip hop. And a lot of these younger cats, they don't know about the Killer Mikes or the Mike D's or the behind the scene artists that might have been popping 10, 20 years ago that people have forgot of this new generation.
Right.
Y'all give them light, man. Y'all bring them back to the forefront and let them know, like, hey, man, that style that your new artist got, your new favorite artist, that ain't new, bro. He really got that from right over here, man. This is the OZ that did it. And y'all bringing that to the forefront, and y'all keeping y'all foot on the neck and y'all fingers on the pulse of the game, man. And I appreciate that.
We appreciate it. You know what else so cold, old pro?
Yeah,
for us, you know, we talk about this all the time. Our main thing is how we run the platform.
Yeah.
A lot of people base their platform off mess and controversy.
Yeah.
Right.
We don't do that. You know? And just for y'all listening out there, that might, even in rap, even in music, that might seem like it's a tougher road, because it is a tougher road, because the way the world is set up, people gonna gravitate towards the mess.
Oh yeah.
So we got our mind focused that, you know, we ain't got to do it like that, you know, to be successful, man. So whatever path, whatever length of time it take to get to that point, we gonna get there. We gonna do it right. We gonna respect everybody that's sitting in that chair. Everybody, we ain't trying to be in your business. We ain't trying to talk about what your baby mama did. And if you come in here and talk about that, that's on you.
That's on you.
But we don't pick and poke at people to try to create mess.
But you know what, Kay? I'm not surprised by that, because honestly, anybody that knows you as an artist, that's what your whole career has been about. It's bucking the system and standing on principle. I'm gonna be honest with you, Kay. You could have blew up 1,000 times by now if you was gonna sell out.
Yeah, of course, no question.
You know what I'm saying? If you was gonna take the easy route, you'd have been on by now.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I respect what you built, because it's like, you know what? Hey, man, success, it comes in different forms for different people, but I'm going to take the stairs because I truly believe in what I'm building right now, and my morals and my internal compass is not for sale, man. You know what I'm saying? And that same acumen and work ethic, it comes through the podcast, man, and it's not lost on the viewership, man. That's why you got that core fan base that you got. It's because everybody that really listen to K-Rino know, man, this nigga, you can't put your favorite rapper up against K-Rino right now.
Yeah.
Bodies. I put my favorite, man, come on. Hey, K.
No, I
He almost-
appreciate
real life,
that.
man.
You know, I'm
Real life, man.
seeing that 5,000.
There you go. Yeah.
I got you covered.
Yeah, the Zellum.
But you know what's so crazy? We was talking about something off camera, man. I want to bring to the camera, and it just put like a little idea in my head. Like, you see, we've seen since day one where rappers have always wanted to sign record labels, and over time, in the beginning, let me go back. In the beginning, it was like record label discovers a rapper, or rapper sends a demo into the label likes it, they sign you on a hope that we could market and promote this guy, blow him up. But over time, when rap started spreading out in different regions of the country, now you got people that's trying to send their stuff in from Texas, send their stuff in from the Midwest, wherever you are, down south, and the labels wouldn't quick to move on it like they turned out to be. So independent labels started sprouting up down in this region, and people started putting out their own stuff and making a whole bunch of money without majors.
Yeah.
Then the majors come back and they like, hey, you know, we want to sign you now.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, nah, you can. But what you gonna do for me to make it worth my while? Because I'm making this money without you.
Yeah.
So we don't have to mention the name that you was talking about, but you were just speaking about the artist who somebody they threw a number at him right there, and it begs the question to everybody: like, if you are doing your thing independently, when do you know when to take the money, when the big labels come, and when not?
And see, and that's a real good segue, man. And that's a really, really good point to kind of give our viewership to think on and chew on this, let it marinate. Because say you're an artist right now watching this podcast, say you know that out of the 50 songs on my hard drive, 2 of them is hits, right? Okay. What would you do? What dollar amount will be enough for you to surrender your control and your independence?
Yeah.
Is it $200K? Is it $500K? Is it $800K? Is it $1 million?
Yeah.
Right? See, it's different for every artist. I saw an interview the other day and it was 50 Cent. And 50 Cent said, when I first got signed with Aftermath and Eminem and Dr. Dre, I got $1 million. And 50 Cent said that he went and he talked with Dame Dash. And shout out to Dame Dash, by the way, and 50 Cent. But he went and he hollered at Dame Dash. And Dame Dash was like, you only got $1 million?
Yeah.
That ain't no money. Right? Yeah. And fast forward 15, 20 years later, look where Dame Dash is at. And look where 50 Cent is at. And 50 Cent made a post about this conversation that he had with Dame 15, 20 years ago when he said, hey, that $1 million might not have been a lot of money to you, but as a young up-and-coming artist from Southside Jamaica, Queens, with my grandma and my people sleeping on the floor with the rats and the roaches, $1 million is life-changing money.
Yeah.
And then $1 million, we done seen artists run through $1 million like it's nothing.
Yeah.
And then we done seen artists take $1 million and flip it 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 and flip it.
Less. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
We had Keesto Young in here just last week, and he was basically saying how he regretted not taking that one.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
And we had somebody else in here one time. I remember who it was, and they was talking about that was faculty that was cooking them, and they were talking about how the guy that was running their thing turned down a nice piece of money at the same time. So what you were saying about the situation, the perspective, yeah, if you already got 25, 30 million, you could tell me that $1 million ain't a lot of money. You could tell me that. But from the angle, like you say, with 50, like, dude, my lifestyle ain't where yours is now. So I need to go and get the, we ain't got to use the number $1 million. Like I say, I've seen people take 200. I've seen people take
Yeah.
What I've seen people take 20. You know what I'm saying? Now, people might look at that, oh man, but you don't know people's situation.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
So I'm not saying, because you know how I am when it comes to the labels anyway, but I'm saying I don't knock nobody if they down bad and like, dude, I'll figure that out. And then, well, they're going to recoup that. They are.
Yeah.
But guess what? It's not, they can't come back and get what they gave me already.
Right.
They can't do that. So now what happens is when you get that 500, when you get that 250, whatever it is, now financial literacy got to
Comes
come
from
in.
many places. Yeah.
Because 250 can, like you say, change somebody's whole reality from a generational standpoint if you know what to do with it.
What about, that's the major thing I'll be thinking that people need to know is what to do with it. I think that's something we might want to bring in the future shows.
We need to get
because
somebody in here.
people can always get the bag, but then fumbling the bag is so frequent now.
Yeah.
You know, when you just said that, I think that's the major thing. That's the major thing we need to find out is once you get it, how do you keep it and how do you make it grow?
That's the most important thing about getting the bag,
Yeah.
right? Because when you look at
the bag,
because when you look at, and I hate to do this to this brother, but I'm gonna just, we talking facts. This is what we do. We keep it real on this podcast. This is the Underground Dialogue podcast.
No doubt
So
about
let's have some underground dialogue. Okay, let's look at MC Hammer.
Yeah.
At one point in time, Can't Touch This was the hottest song in the world. Can't Touch It. No.
You did a dance.
No, you did the dance. That's y'all.
Y'all go way back. One of y'all had the pants. One of y'all had the pants.
It was definitely him. But look, but just saying though. And one of the things, and Hammer was a little bit of before my time, but from the interviews and the research that I do on MC Hammer, they say
He's a gangster.
that Hammer, not only was he a G, but he took care of his people.
Right.
Took care of
They said that Hammer had the hottest song, the hottest record, you know what I'm saying? And he was also, flying out 40, 50, 100 people, all his homeboys from his neighborhood, funding them, paying their bills, buying them cars, doing the whole thing. And what ended up happening is that eventually all that money drives up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you have to have some type of discernment when you do get the bag, and you have to be able to tell people no.
Discernment.
No.
See, I heard, because I grew up in that whole area, I watched it.
Yeah.
And the number that I heard was that he had a $500,000 a month payroll.
Jesus.
So that turns out to be $6 million a year that you're paying out to your people. Now, but
he was making
he
that.
He was able to come in. Yeah. But what happens is with a lot of artists,
they don't count on that money to slow
they
down.
don't count on the fact they start not shining bright. Like first album, we talking physical copy day. First album, 5 million. Your second album, 10 million units. Third album, 8 million. So in your mind, it's gonna always be like that. We set, but music is funny.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody coming up, people get tired of you.
Mm-hmm.
All they hearing about is you on the radio. People get worn down from you.
Mm-hmm.
So at some point, shows dry up, record sales decrease, and you still got these people depending on you because they feeding their family with what you paying them. So like Ali fought so long, and part of the reason why people said he fought so long was because he was feeling an obligation to his entourage.
Yeah.
Ali show up, he got 15, 20 people that he is their living. He's their livelihood. They're like, I'm the guy that, gives them the towels. I'm the dude that trains them. I'm the dude, whatever it is. So you got to look out for number one, even though you got love for your partners, you're going to look out for them, but it got to be done under the right type of
Hey, you know what? That's a great segue, man. And not to cut you off.
You don't hurt yourself there.
That's a great segue because what you just said is profound in many aspects, and not just from a financial standpoint. But when you were just saying what you said about, hey, you know what, this artist is the bag and he's taking care of all of his family and his people, right? Okay. That's a great segue for the King Von and Lil Durk situation. Because when you think about OTF, King Von, Lil Durk, who was the bag out of that movement?
See, I ain't familiar.
Now I'm gonna tell you, it was Durk.
Yeah.
Right? It was Durk. Yeah. And rest in peace and God bless Von. Had Von not passed at the time he did, Von would be the bag right now too. But because of the politics in the streets and everything else that goes along with that situation, Dirk is gone. Hopefully he beat his case. You know what I'm saying? Free Dirk. Hopefully he beat his case. It's not looking good, but hopefully he beats it.
Yeah.
And Von is rest in peace.
Yeah.
Right? So if you a guy that's signed to OTF, if you an O-Block dude, right? And maybe you rap, but your shit ain't popping.
Yeah.
You was depending on Dirkie, and you was depending on Von and whoever else is coming out that section to make sure that all of y'all eat.
Yeah, now you out of there. Yeah.
When the bag is gone, it's gone, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, I say that to say this. I wish more young artists would be surrounded by people that was really they people, right? Like, have discernment about the people that you have around you, right? Because
that's hard.
That's hard.
Your real people is not gonna tell you to crash out.
Exactly.
They're gonna be like, you know what? Hey man, look.
You've been crashing out lately, nigga.
Right, look, hey bro, you know what? I know the internet is telling you to slide for Von and do this and all that, but listen, my nigga.
You just want a Grammy.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
Because if you do that, there's repercussions and consequences. And the thing about these feds, boy, they got time, man.
Yeah.
They got time and they got technology. So I'm asking you like this, right? Do you remember what you did 6 years ago on this day? What was it, February 4th, 2000 and it's Tuesday, February 4th, 2025. Yeah. Do you remember what you did Tuesday, February 4th, 2002?
Yeah.
No, you don't?
Nah, we out of there. They got on there.
The feds do.
Yeah, I know they got it on.
It's recorded. It's in a hard drive. It's in it.
Yeah.
We're
gonna bleep out that date though.
Yeah.
And then you got so many situations where even the entourage, even the people that's rolling with it, they don't even think about the day when you ain't gonna be the man. Cause they riding the wave. But you know, the smart man or woman, even if I'm in the entourage, man, Keesto shooting me. Every time we do a show, Keesto shooting me $5,000. Every time we going to man, I gotta make sure that that 4 of that 5 is put up. You know what I'm saying? It don't take me much, you know. You know, so you look, I was like, I gotta be, because at any minute this can end.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, and then when the head fall, the body gonna fall.
It's
over.
It's
all over with. So I got to watch the head. But when y'all was talking about like how you gotta have real ones around you, you know, cause that can go either way, because you can't have that 1 or 2 real ones. If it's 15 rolling with you, they ain't gonna be but 1 or 2 real ones because the other ones ain't gonna want to offend you to tell you what's right, because they don't want to mess up.
They yes man. They yes man. I'm gonna tell you what you want to hear.
Got you covered. Like, bro, if you kick me off the tour and send me home right now, I'm just got to go home. But I got to tell you what's right. Like,
you tripping right
out here tripping right now.
Tripping right now.
So, man, well, you can go on. All right, well, I'm going on. But guess what? My words gonna revisit you at some point. I want them to, but they gonna revisit you. So that's the thing. It's like a lot of these cats be rolling with you, and they want you to keep going, because if your content is controversial and the beef is generating eyes and ears on you, and it's generating money and attention, that means that's more for them. And then when you gone, everybody just go back to doing what they was doing.
You gotta watch that person that wants you to go, so they can come up.
Oh yeah,
because they want to replace your spot.
Oh, they gassing you up. You know, I don't see. You got 2 different kind of hype men. You know, you got the hype man that's you can do it, man. And you got the one that's putting a key in your back to go crash out.
I wouldn't let him talk to me like that.
No doubt.
You gonna let him? Yes.
Right.
You know what's that seat?
Right.
Screw that little key up.
You know what I'm saying? Oh,
you know
man.
where we from. We don't let people do us like that.
Man, bro, I hate to be, man, you know I ain't no messy nigga, dog, but look, man, I was out the other day, man, and hey, man, your name was all in their mouth, bro.
And they'll say that about about the people that's rolling. Y'all all together. Hey, man, what you calling them, man? They jealous, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. You know what I'm saying? Y'all all rolling together. So, I mean, it's so many angles to this. But at the end of the day, you know, you got to have somebody around you. Like it's about financial literacy, but it's also about literacy in terms of who you socialize with. You know, just to knowing that and knowing how to read people. Because as the artist, you got so much going on. You got to focus on your craft, and while you focusing on your craft, you got people behind the scenes that's moving the pieces in other ways. You know, try to manipulate the situation. So. You know.
Let me ask you a question. So K-Rino, man, big bro, man, let me ask you a question, right? So you've been doing this rap thing that we call hip hop now for about what?
60 years.
70.
70 years, 80 years, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? 1901, he came out rapping.
In
you
the
know
early
what I'm saying?
1900s.
Right.
I started about 5 years before the Vietnam War.
Right.
Yeah.
So let me ask you, man, big bro, has there ever been a particular time in your career where you can remember that you had the wrong people around you and you had to take a step back and be like, you know what? Hey, you know what? Maybe I need to change my circle, or maybe I need to tighten up.
No, I was blessed. I came in, with my dad. My dad was the one who financed me out the gate.
Yeah.
So, my dad was ex-gangster, ex-gambler, ex-hustler. So he was the CEO, the money man, the bodyguard, the first and the last word. And I was in that situation where all I had to do was focus on the art, but from a good way, because the dude who had my back, I ain't have to worry about it.
That's Pops. He
Yeah,
ain't
right,
gonna
right.
he ain't gonna let nothing happen to you. That's pure love right there. Yeah.
So that's the business side
Yeah.
of it. As far as my people,
Mhm.
we started Southpaw Coalition in '87.
Yeah.
But every member of the clique, and that ain't to say we ain't had our issues with each other here and the
Yeah.
individuals here
Right.
and there, but everybody in our clique, we go back 35, 40 years.
Yeah.
So we friends.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Outside of
saying?
the music.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like you and Keesto.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
we partners. So if everything collapsed tomorrow,
They still.
y'all would still hang
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
And they say no more audio visual, no
Yeah.
more.
Yeah.
Y'all would still
Yeah.
hang out and figure out what y'all's gonna do. That's how we are. They, you talk about all my guys. So it was never no situation where none of us was we've been reckless,
Yeah.
but it was reckless within ourselves.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
individuals.
We've been there.
Yeah. So that's
Them wasn't had some nights.
Yeah.
We ain't gonna talk about that on here.
I was talking about Pink Monkey the other day.
Oh, you said the peak what?
Pink Monkey.
Boy, you better not ever say that.
Nigga, I was saying that we was on.
bro.
Let cut the mic off. Cut the mic
Oh,
off. nigga.
Yeah.
We had to
That's right.
go to commercial because that's the reality.
Hey, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. It's 2025, right?
You know,
For those of you that don't know, I am from San Diego, California, Southeast San Diego, California, specifically, right? But I have been living in and out of Texas, and I'm gonna tell on myself
You finna
since
do-
2005.
we
Since
finna-
05.
Okay.
That's 20-year run in Texas.
Yeah. So he
20
H-Town
piece. Man, I'm more H-Town than a lot of y'all niggas right here, H-Town. Boy, I don't even care what you talking about. Boy, I can tell you shit about your city that you don't even know about.
now. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And one of them things, boy, you just had to be there was what? The Toke Bar,
Talk boy.
the Pink Monkey.
Pink-
What was the other one? It was one more, bro. It was one more.
we
But
did-
I don't.
You did characters in Metropolis. We was doing
The Trop back in the day,
Yeah.
that's that. Even that look now, yeah. The Trop back in the day used to go live, but wasn't nothing messing with that Pink Monkey, boy. It was like you was walking down the stairs of a basement into like some weird 50
I'm
shades.
glad I
Of,
wasn't there.
50 Shades of Purple.
Look, we went and interviewed Killer Mike, right? We was over there downtown.
Oh, he said about that Pink Monkey?
Nah, we was right around the corner
Yeah.
from it.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I remember this area. But what we got to talk about on some topics this week? What we got on?
Hey, we talking about it.
Yeah.
It's a lot. I'll be like this, right? So I don't know about y'all, but me personally, man, I pay attention to the news and then I don't pay attention to the news. And how it works for me is like, I'll be like, man, there's so much going on in the news right now. I'm just completely gonna check out and not listen for the next 2-3 months.
Yeah.
And then I'll be like, you know what? I'll wake up and hey, get a wild hair and be like, let me just check the news. And I've been doing that a lot lately since Trump's been in office. And boy, when I tell you, man, hey, Trump is standing on business right now. And a lot of people feel some type of way and they don't like it because they are used to America having this lackadaisical, passive stance. And this is a new president. This is a new regime. And regardless of how you feel about Donald Trump, you know what I mean? Love him or hate him.
Yeah.
He is standing on business as far as putting America first, man. My thing is, I don't know what that looks like moving forward in regards to how other countries deal with us. You know what I'm saying? I'm a black man who travels. I have a passport. I leave the country. I just came back from Colombia in December. I was in Cartagena, Colombia.
Mhm.
So you can imagine the surprise that I get when I'm watching the news and I pop it back on. I just left Colombia like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So when I turn on the news and I see that President Trump is beefing with Colombia and they got some type of tariff, trade, war, whatever going on, I'm just like, damn, man. Like, I understand you putting America first, but what does that mean for Americans that actually travel and leave outside of America? Because going back to Colombia right now versus in December when I went, you're probably going to get a different experience.
Well, I'll say this here. I don't think that he's putting America first. I think that it may give the perception. I feel like anything Donald Trump is doing, the first beneficiary of any move he makes,
Rich people.
no, him.
Oh, yeah.
And then, okay, of course, my rich
his
friend.
buddies, yeah.
He may be the embodiment of looking out for number one.
Yeah.
You know, he's looking out for number one. But it goes deeper than that with me because I just feel like he's fulfilling prophecy, bro.
Yeah.
And
Speak on it.
I don't mean it
Yeah.
in a good way for America, you know, because like I said, you can vote for whoever you want, you can support whoever you want. You know, you got more black people that love Trump now than they ever did with his first.
Oh, his first term versus now was crazy.
You know, so whatever you gonna ride with, that's what you ride with. But at the end of the day, you know, it's a saying that old folks you say, you know, you make your bed,
you got lay in it.
Yeah.
But also the flip side to that is, and I'm speaking that angle from the people who just, you know, have this vision of America, like he was saying, you know, it's been, America's been running like this. We're good with it. We're fine with it. And then Trump get back in and he put his foot on the gas, you know, which he's been doing. We talked about with ICE and all that.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, what he's doing is great for black people. And I don't mean us benefiting from his politics.
Yeah.
I mean whatever fallout happens from any moves he make, forcing us to come together.
Yeah.
We shouldn't even be sitting around and we not doing that, but you see people in at work, you see people in the barbershop, you see people at the gym, wherever you at, that are arguing. Democrat, Trump this, Trump that, Trump that. Like, dude, hey man, if we doing what we supposed to do, that guy's name wouldn't even come out of our mouth. Just like if we was doing what we supposed to do, whatever issues people had with Joe Biden wouldn't have to come out of their mouth.
Right.
You know, people talk about the Democratic plantation, man, we are on just the whole political plantation.
Oh yeah.
Both sides.
Oh yeah.
Because to see black people arguing about presidential candidates and presidents all these decades, man, and we still own that.
Yeah.
We still doing that.
Yeah.
And we so far behind because of that, because we not taking the time to figure out what we need to do for ourselves. We're gonna make that bed we lay in. And so
I always wondered this about the Trump though, because I look at what all of the moves he's doing, but I also know that the presidential position is a temporary employee. So he really ain't the one that can actually do all this stuff by himself. So I'm trying to see what's that hidden hand and where is it coming from that get him being so different like this.
I'll tell you what,
and they're allowing it.
You want to know where the hidden hand come from?
The banks.
It's definitely financial, but also look at it more than that, right? Who is the people that President Trump is trying to get rid of now that he's been in office now?
Yeah, he's been going after
you talking
he's been going after all.
Speak on it, big bro.
He's going after the groups that have had issues with him. That's why I say he's looking out for them.
You talking about FBI directors?
Yeah.
You talking about the people that are running the Treasury?
Yeah.
You know, where the money's at?
Trump is
talking about,
bro.
you talking about CIA, you talking about FBI, pretty much all of the big tier 1 groups in the United States, FBI, CIA, DEA, Border Patrol. Trump is going through there and he is drastically reshaping what that looks like for this country. And the reason why is because these people are not on a 4-year plan. Right? The president leaves every 4 years.
He's trying to stop that.
The FBI director, the CIA, the Homeland, them niggas ain't leaving in 4 years.
Yeah.
They gonna be there until they gone.
Exactly.
So Trump is like, hey, I might be gone in 4 years, but guess what? These judges, these directors, these supervisors, these people that I'm putting in positions of power, they're gonna be here for a long time after I'm gone. And who knows, they might even shape it to where I don't have to leave. You know,
And then that's what he wants. You know, he wants to be king, but what happens is we don't factor in again America's place in prophecy. It might not be that long.
when you say prophecy, K-Rino, and I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But let's just assume that the viewer that you're speaking to doesn't know what you're talking about. So when you say prophecy, right, and you speak about these things and you say America might not be around too much longer because of prophecy being fulfilled, and Trump is adding to the quickness and the speed in which this prophecy is being fulfilled.
Absolutely.
Can you elaborate on that for the people that don't know to what we're speaking on at this moment?
Any people who are, I hate to use the word religious because that's like a bad word now.
Yeah.
But people who are
Traditional
Christian, traditional Muslim, whatever you are,
indoctrinated,
whatever it is. The bottom line is that when you read those scriptures and you sitting in Revelation and you read about the destruction of Babylon, you read about Egypt, you read about all these nations that have been destroyed by the Creator beforehand, but also when you read into it, you recognize that every situation is not talking about something in the past. It's referring to something in the future, and right now in the current. But in the short future coming. So when you see prophecy, you read what it says and say, okay, well, you know what? Okay, God's gonna do this, that, and that to this nation, and which nation fits the description that is being described is gonna happen to. And so if you really break it down and look at it, okay, you know, no other nation fits the description.
It's definitely America.
Dispensation of time
It's definitely
than where we at right now.
It's definitely America.
You know, so that's what I mean when I say prophecy, and because of the ways that it's described, it's gonna happen. Because of the Pharaoh who's described to be ruling at that time, then that's how it lines up. And it's like, okay, you know what? Because of how the people,
the actions
are
of
gonna
people
move and think based on all of it lines up. So if you look at it through that lens, you know where we are. But if you don't look at it through that lens, you looking at us as going, well, let's see what happens. We'll just vote somebody else in. Let's vote again. And it's like that has not been the solution for us. And we say, okay, the children of Israel, they didn't want to leave. They didn't want to come out. And Moses had to go to the Pharaoh and say, man, let my people go. Let us out of here. And he was hard. He didn't want to do it. So God sent down plagues.
Here we go.
You know, and even when the plagues was hitting, the Pharaoh was still trying to be gangster. Until find them last plagues just, hi man, y'all going on, get on the body here. You know what I'm saying? And then he still changed his mind and said, you know what? Nah, go get him. So when we talk about prophecy, those are the things that we look at, but we got to make sure that we know it ain't talking about something that happened thousands of years ago. You know, we got to line ourselves up in the pocket of current, and then we know that. So all the things that we see, we shouldn't be mad. Man, Trump doing it. We shouldn't be scared. None of those things. We should be focusing on our own unity, our own coming together. Something that even us and a lot of black people don't even believe that can happen. So, you know, so that's what in the long version, that's what that means.
That's dope right there, man.
Absolutely, man.
I agree with him. I agree with 100%.
You know, he gonna do what he do, but man, I mean, man, I used to get into these arguments with these cats, and I don't do that no more because, you know, I understand what got to happen. And it puts us in a mindset like, okay, what are we trying to hold on to in this world? What are we trying to hold on to in this world?
What's really important?
We can name 100 things that's wrong with this current world if we just sat down, and this time we sitting there now and to look and say, well, is this how it's supposed to be? This ain't how it's supposed to be. So who we trusting? Well, are we trusting God who say it's going to be better on the other side? And I don't mean death. I mean the other side of the destruction of this world. Or are we still trusting and clinging on to the president?
Yeah.
He's what he said. He said that he was gonna throw us a bone this time.
Yeah.
It's just the man.
Like, nah,
And even in prophecy, what do they say? They say they're gonna send you the man. They're gonna send you the leader of all leaders.
Yeah.
And what is he gonna be? He's gonna be the great deceiver. He is going to be the one that plunges the world from where it's at right now into complete and utterly total chaos. And he's gonna show up. Not to cut you off, but he's gonna show up. And everybody's gonna think that he's the savior. They're gonna be like, oh my God.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
He's fixing everything.
Yeah,
bro.
We've been waiting on this.
And you're seeing that already.
And you're seeing it right now in real time with Trump.
You see the reaction and the love that so many black people have for him, you know, and even a lot of Latinos have for him, you know, and now they kind of seeing what's happening with a lot of their family members and coworkers and friends, you know, and, you know, that's a sad thing to see.
Yeah, they were protesting on 59 just Saturday.
They was protesting in Los Angeles. There was I mean, to be honest with you, man, like a lot of the major cities that are along the southern border of the United States, man, they're very heavily influenced by our brown brothers and sisters, man. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to my Rasa, shout out to all my Mexicans and Hondurans and Venezuelans and all of my peoples, man, that you know, are not from the United States but embrace and love this place. And you know, the US would not be the US if it wasn't for the blacks, the browns, the reds, the whites, the yellows. Like, it just, you know, this is what makes this place so special, is that it's not just designed for any one place. It may have been that in the invention, in the inception of America, but what has evolved into right now is America is a melting pot as a whole. And if you remove the Mexicans, you remove the blacks, you remove the Asians, whatever, America will never ever be the same. I just feel like there has to be some type of middle ground to where, you know, we don't get our borders, you know, invaded and crushed by people that shouldn't be here. You know what I'm saying? And then also, you know, there's still a way to where, you know, there is a pathway to citizenship. You know what I mean? Because right now it's like one or the other. It's either you come here illegally and you run across the desert or ditch a dog and shit, and you either you die or you make it, or you never, you know, possibly make it to the United States if you're trying to do it the right way. Because I saw something that happened when Trump just got in his last time. They said that they suspended indefinitely people that are seeking asylum. You know what I mean? And so when you think about it, there's a lot of people that, you know, they hide under the guise of, oh, I'm going to America to seek asylum because conditions in my country are so bad, right? And there's a good, huge portion of those people where it's like, nah, that's not the case. But what about those people that really were coming from Ukraine and they lost everything, or they're coming from war-torn Sudan or Africa or wherever else there's huge conflicts going on in the world right now, and they actually need that asylum? They can't get it right now because of
what's going on with it. Yeah.
Everything else is going with it. So, you know, like altogether, man, I feel for, you know, I feel for my country, man. You know, I'm American, you know what I'm saying? I don't believe in that I'm an African American because I'm not from Africa. You know what I'm saying? You drop me in Africa right now, they gonna look at me crazy and call me an American because I'm an American. You know what I'm saying? So I love this country. I believe in what it stands for and what it's built for, even though a lot of the things that are in place and the benefits that I benefit from in this country were not designed with me in mind.
I'm gonna say this.
They were not designed with a black man in mind. But guess what? Fast forward 2025, right? We are far removed from 1776. But guess what? I benefit wholeheartedly from everything that was done.
We fought as black people together.
And this is just as much my America as it is the white man's. I don't care.
More.
You know,
you feel me?
We fought to get the bones that they threw, but we can't make the mistake of being just satisfied with that, you know. But at the same token, my stance is always going to be separation and getting the hell away, you know. And I don't mean leaving this country either. I mean giving us some of this in this country.
Right. How the Indians have their stuff, we need our own stuff too.
Right, because we did do everything you said. We helped to build this thing. It wouldn't be nowhere what it is without, because imagine somebody just working for you for 10 years free labor. You ain't got to pay for them. You got 20 people just doing whatever you need to do. You know, Keesto,
in every way.
You ain't got to go in there and do the websites. We got 3 guys in there. They'll go lay all that, and then you ain't got to pay them. But all the while, what they doing is just making you wealthy, making you rich, making your generations and generations set and secure and find it. So that's us in this country. But at the end of the day, we still feel as though we have a although we have a God-given natural right because we have put the stake in, but we underestimate the minds of those who really, really, really run this country to think that we can love the hate out of them. And that's just not going to happen.
You can't.
You know, so we got to move around in order to really, really maximize. We done made a lot of great strides. And the last thing I ain't gonna never disrespect what our ancestors did in the fights that they fought and the lives they got lost to have us be able we can sit here and do what we doing right now.
Yeah,
We couldn't do this in 1940.
Hell no. We just literally just down talked the whole American system
We couldn't do that. So
you couldn't act like you read something.
Right.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. You couldn't even read. But so the thing is, so we don't dismiss those fights because they lived a reality that we can't even imagine.
Yeah.
We can't even dream of having to deal with a lot of the things that they dealt with. But the truth of the matter is that they either died or were killed or were diverted before we could max out.
Yeah.
Because it's so, cause we ain't nowhere close. And you can look at any of the progress of it, we not nowhere close. We could already been free.
Exactly.
Could have long time ago. Could have been free. And so so I'm not. I don't ride with the. I don't like the term African American either.
Yeah.
But I don't like it because I know we've been Americanized. We've been westernized, and we are the only people in this country who don't have a direct connection to where we come from. If somebody from Ireland is over here, they can say, "Oh well, yeah, in Ireland, my grandmother immigrated over here." Asia, they can say their grandparents might be over here with them.
Yeah,
and they can speak their language.
They know their real last name.
One language.
Yeah,
They know their name.
Yeah.
They'll come out into the world and say, "Oh, I'm Sam." But at home. He's
Jabakabuga.
Right, exactly.
Say it again.
Jabakabuga.
I like spell that. But at the end of the day, we the only ones who were completely disconnected from who we were, who we are, to where, okay, we all sitting here, 3 black men right here, we might be from 3 different
tribes
of Africa. Well, you know what? And then some people would argue, well, we was already over. We've been all over the planet.
Yeah,
we've been here everywhere. We've already explored, but the majority of us were brought over here on them ships. And that's historical. So man, we just got to figure out a way to unite with what we have now, and not get so caught up in hoping, like we've been hoping all these decades, that boss man gonna throw us a bone and he gonna wake up one morning and feel this obligation to do right by these niggers.
Yeah.
It's not gonna happen.
You know what's so cold still? Even to this day, even if like everything you just said, even now, in order to find out or in order to think that you can find out where you actually from, you still gotta go through that white man.
You don't know what
the ancestry stuff is.
Bro, I can hustle. It's like I can sell. Tell that nigga from Ethiopia.
Yeah.
That's from Nigeria like the rest of them. He's a Lagos.
Send him a picture. and I ain't saying they doing it. I don't know.
What are they doing some shit like this? Let's spin the wheel.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So that's the thing. It's like, and I'm not saying they do it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a way they can vet and investigate that where you know that you're getting what they say you're getting, but I don't trust it unless somebody educates me otherwise, but at the end of the day, even if we knew that.
It's one thing that's weird to me about all of those ancestry.coms and those heritage whatever. Okay. We live in a world where artificial intelligence is real. Cloning technology is real. You have all types of biometrics data. Like literally right now, your cellular data, your biometric data is the most important set of data you have.
Yeah.
Right? And how are they collecting these things? Through DNA tests, through hospital, dental, and you submitting to get your records, right?
Yeah.
I'm a conspiracy theorist. I don't trust the government. I don't trust corporate America. I don't trust none of that. What's to say 20, 30 years from now, they don't take this huge database of all of this DNA that they've contracted and you sign it and you give your rights away. What's to say 20, 30 years from now, you don't have a doppelganger with your face walking around here, or they produce a whole line of clones and they look like you, which is wearing your face, your proprietary DNA, whatever property. And it's just, who knows what the ramifications are going to be from giving up your biometric data 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 100 years from now. Who knows what's going to come
I
from?
don't disagree with that. I mean,
Who knows?
We don't. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, you can't fathom the depths of Satan.
Yeah.
And I take that partly to mean that we can't possibly conceive some of the things that these cats are able to do. Stuff that's just we don't even think of until a conspiracy theorist like you
come up with
people who dabble in conspiracy theory until I can prove that it's conspiracy.
Yeah.
They're gonna look at it and say, man, can they do that?
Yeah.
Things that you've seen that they have done.
Yeah.
And you go, yeah, well, you know what? They can. They was given a little knowledge to play around with. They didn't get everything that we know, but they got enough to dabble and play to where they can mess around like that. And to your point, down the line, they already doing it with cows and animals.
Yeah, already. Yeah.
So, but think about it. Human beings, we think we so far removed from animals and monkeys and stuff. But you know what? We're all mammals, right? They say that the DNA of a chimpanzee and a human being is like
It's like
close.
98% compatible. They're our closest relative. You know what I mean? When you talk about DNA. So if they can clone a chimpanzee and a rat and a monkey, what make you think they can't clone a human being?
Yeah.
If you know the science, the biological, if you got a
Gucci Mane,
if you got a,
you got fat Gucci, skinny Gucci. Shout out to Gucci. But let's go ahead.
I don't know.
So Kodak Mike, let's keep going. Jamie Foxx,
I think people can lose and gain weight, but I saw the different Gucci. I was like, I don't go that deep. I don't go deep pro. But but to being real though, I believe they can do some stuff.
Yeah.
They can do some stuff. I don't put that past them, man. At the end of the day, like say we've seen them doing with cows and different animals, but they gonna always start the experiment off with animals.
Cows. Yeah.
To see, they're gonna test medicines on animals then before they take it to the people. So
ever done.
Yeah, it ain't beyond the realm of possibility for none of this stuff we talking about to be a reality. But again, that's where our unity comes in.
Got to be, yeah.
And when you talked about distrust of the government, I feel like distrust of the government is one of the best qualities that we can have. We got to trust God and each other, those who are trustworthy, because some of us ain't trustworthy. Some of us is like, no, I need to get that nigga out of here.
Yeah.
Get him up out the way.
Yeah, he got to be out the way.
Yeah.
And that's the reality. People, oh man, that's crazy. Nah, man, that's the reality, man.
Mm-hmm.
Too many of our organizations and too many of our efforts have been cut short or destroyed from the inside out.
Yeah.
Because it's always that one that want to be closer to them that's gonna go. That's gonna tell master that the slaves is planning on escaping tomorrow night.
The house Negroes.
Yeah, all day long.
Yeah.
So that at the end of the day, we got to make sure that our ranks is tight. We got to be tight in our ranks. So it's like, bro, whatever we do is gonna be successful or unsuccessful with a unit of people who are like-minded.
Exactly.
Like we start the podcast off, let's see what happens. But whatever happens, we gonna rise or fall together. We gonna say, Keesto, we did it.
Yeah.
Or we gonna say,
we
we did all we can. All right, bro, how you doing?
That's a great segue into something else, right? We need to start as Black people, right? As the initiators and innovators of and the creators of the culture. We need to start gatekeeping our shit. Because I'm gonna just tell you, man, nothing pisses me off more than when you see other races come into this thing that we call rap and hip hop and the culture, and they just make a mockery of it. And it's so bad, it's so horrible. It has the highway freeway accident effect. And you guys know what I'm talking about. It's like, You ever driving down the freeway 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 10 o'clock in the morning, afternoon, whatever, and you see an accident and it's like, oh, this is so horrible. The cars are mangled and twisted, and you're not staring at it because it's good. You're staring at it because it's so bad.
Yeah.
And sometimes it gets bad enough to where you're like, let me take a video of this shit. Hey, bro, look at this video. Hey, man. Hey, man. If y'all are around 59, be safe. Make sure y'all driving cool because somebody just bit the big one off of 610 and 59 at the whatever. I feel like there's a lot of that going on in spaces that we control. And us as black folks, we're inviting. We want other races to partake in our culture. And we don't gatekeep enough. And that's when we get people that should not be in the culture exploiting it. And they come and they take what they want and then they leave. And there's plenty of artists, white artists specifically, and I'm not going to name drop. When this artist first came out, you was like, yo, he's one of us.
Post Malone.
He get MGK. But once you get your foot in the door, right? You get your foot in the door, then it's like, I don't need you niggers no more.
Exactly, yeah.
Right? I done came, I done blew up off of your shit, I done exploited what I could.
Kid Rock.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And now I'm gone. Right? But we can't do that in their culture. They gatekeep it.
Yeah.
They protect it. They make sure you're not finna just come and take no fucking Jeet Kune Do, whatever, and go and use that to blow up and exploit Asian culture and then switch back to being a nigga.
But we sell our culture to the highest bidder and then get mad.
Okay, so
they own it now.
So that's the point that I'm talking about. Yeah. We need to start becoming more of gatekeepers and have more say-so in who we allow in this thing that we call rap and hip-hop and the culture, because this is something that we have created as black melanated people across this plane, right?
Yeah. Let me ask you this. Yeah. How do we do that if we don't own
exactly what I said? We already sold it.
Companies and labels that, because I can't control who signs a degenerate natured artists to Universal. I can't control that.
But see, here's the problem, right? And this boils back to the movement that was going on 20 years ago when you had the heads of Death Row, Rap A Lot, Murder Inc., a couple other people, you know, and they were all in the process of forming their own rappers hip hop union.
Yeah,
their own collective, right? To where, you know what, we might not be able to control a Sony or a Universal or a RCA, but you know what we can do? Hey, Irv Gotti, you got one of the biggest artists in the world right now. You got Ja Rule. Hey, Suge Knight, you got Tupac, Snoop Dogg. Hey, Jay Prince, you got UGK and whoever else you got. All right, let's take these guys, Scarface and all them. Let's create a conglomerate, right? To where we all watch each other's backs. We understand what's going on. We control the narrative. And anybody that wants to play in this arena, they got to play by our rules and they got to break bread.
And what happened?
The feds came and shut it down.
Every last
they
one
broke it up.
Yeah.
They did. They literally, the government did the same thing that they always do whenever you get a organized, structured, militant group of young black men together. What happens every single time? And it's been happening ever since civil rights and before that. Right? Every time you get a group of niggas that's smart together, that's articulate and planning on really doing something, what do you get? You get a group of white men that say, you know what? I don't like that shit.
That's
I don't want that to happen. Let's go ahead and
COINTELPRO. That's
COINTELPRO. Yeah, J. Edgar Hoover, all of that.
And I don't ever want people to
Jim Crow
to think that those same entities don't have a hand in the entertainment and music.
Oh, absolutely.
They absolutely got to
have that
as well, you know. So that's why I was asking the question, because at the end of the day, we also have to, because I'm in faith. I'm the type of person that good music is good music.
Right. Yeah.
So whether you white, black,
right,
Chinese, Latino, if it's dope, it's dope.
I agree.
You know? But also at the same token, I think we got to start with trying to have as much ownership as we can over the business aspect of the culture, and have to have enough pride in the culture to where we do check people who come in and disrespect the culture. That got to be number one.
Yeah.
But we also have to make sure that we check our own people who bring it down as well, because it's a lot of our own brothers and sisters that's making music that's like, dude, you're setting us back. You
You
know?
setting us back, man.
But even that starts with the labels.
Yeah.
Because again, just like we talk about how they got their hand in it, they are intentionally putting these types of artists out, you know, in naive brothers and sisters, or ones who ain't naive, they just don't care. I'm just trying to get the money. Either way it go, the big companies are the ones who are sliding this type of content and filtering it throughout our society and making it like, this just bringing us down. So yeah, I mean, I'm all for checking anybody who comes in, exploits it, but you know, I think the solution to stopping it is something we got to sit down and try to really figure out, because I don't know if there's some white kid in Iowa somewhere that's trying to rap and getting ready to jump in the game, but he's coming in on a whole nother plane of nonsense. We don't know till he hit.
Yeah.
And it's like, slipped through. We couldn't stop that. You know?
I think it's time that we start to still be. I like what Pro was saying, what you were saying, but I still think it's time for us to start inventing again. You're like starting something over the curve. Because right now we're using all their inventions to put our stuff on.
Right.
But once we get to the point where we curve the culture again, just like we invented hip hop, we invented R&B, we invented the blues, we invented all this stuff. Let's take it further and let's invent something that's going to be used as that vehicle that we can now regain ownership.
We always ahead of the game in terms of the innovation. Like we have the talent, we had a mind, but we be behind the curve.
Yeah,
the infrastructure.
Business side of it.
How do we build this?
So we can make anything cool.
And how do we own it from the out the gate?
Yeah.
To where, because the same thing happened with hip hop. It's like it was just for the love, just for the fun. We was having fun. Then somebody put a record out. It's like nobody believed in it. But then when it did, it's like, okay, well, we can make it, and we still not thinking.
Yeah.
So years and years and years later, we still not thinking as fast as we should, because the labels are still paying crumbs. They've turned the dynamic with the streaming to where it's like we done really figured out a way to not pay them. It's like to just so it's like we're thinking about the art form, which is cool. That's naturally in us. We got to start thinking about
the business.
Control.
Yeah.
And when we get to that point, then they out the picture. They have no way to come in, and because they dictate every aspect of how we live in this thing.
Yeah.
They say, you know what, we're gonna invent this thing called streaming. And okay, great idea. So all the people gotta do, yeah. So what about art? We'll pay them. How much we get?
A third of
fractions of a penny.
Right. So,
and let's make sure we own all of this stuff.
They decide that. It didn't have to be that way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If me, you, and Pro invented streaming, I feel like we would have the mind to say, man, how we gonna come up with this where the artists are really being fairly compensated and it's nice. Where they gonna want, who sits around and goes, we gonna pay them 0.000000.
That's crazy.
Of a penny.
We got to give them something.
That's
crazy. We got to give them something.
Yeah.
But see, the crazy thing about that is, me and Pro were talking about this earlier too. Back when that thing was around, you own that CD.
Right.
Once you bought it once, you can play it 1,000,000 times in whatever vehicle you wanted to play it on. You can put it on your computer, keep that, whatever. Streaming, you borrowing a song. Let me listen to it once.
Leasing it.
Yeah. All right, now you done. I can't take that with me nowhere. Unless say the internet go down, they push that button. You ain't got no songs.
You ain't got nothing.
You done.
See, and that's a great point, man. On the cool, that's a great point, because I ain't even thinking about it like that. It's like if all these devices just go to hell tomorrow, and we've seen situations where the technology have, went out of whack for a little while. Everybody going nuts. It's like if you misplace your phone, you're gonna be about to die.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine if you was in Ukraine right now.
Yeah.
Right? This is a war that's been going on between Russia and Ukraine for the past, 2.5, almost 3 years, right? Could you imagine if you was just a regular, average, everyday citizen in Ukraine and you like, you know what? I want to hear my favorite song. I want to hear that new K-Rino. I want to hear the the new album from South Park Coalition, The Ties That Bind Us.
Yeah.
Shameless plug, by the way. Go check that out.
It ain't shameless.
On
streaming platforms.
on all streaming platforms. Shout out to the guys. Say you wanted to stream the Ties, right? You can't play that song in Ukraine right now. Good luck.
Yeah.
You know? So it really boils down to one thing too, man, is like we live in this false facade of what reality really is because of the technology. As long as it works, it enables us to live this type of lifestyle where it's like, oh yeah, I don't need an actual CD. Why? Because I can just stream it because the internet's always working.
Yeah.
Okay, but what about when it's not?
They have a rug that they can snatch from
Yeah.
us and then
Literally.
it changed the whole. You ever had your lights cut off? I know y'all.
Oh,
yeah.
We all come from the same.
Oh yeah.
So if your lights have been on, your electricity have been on for 2 years straight. You ain't never had your lights cut in 2 years.
Yeah.
And then that one day, for whatever reason, if the city messed it up, if you didn't pay, whatever reason, your electricity out, you cover that bad boy and you flip that switch and nothing comes on. And it's like, man, it's just quiet in the house.
Yep.
The TV. And then you find yourself, once you come to grips that the electricity is out, you still, from force of habit, you walk in the bathroom and
hit this switch.
so the rug can be snapped and your functionality changes because it's like, what do I do?
Yeah.
It's like, I don't even know what to do. It's like, man, the food's going bad. The refrigerator, everything that constitutes your existence is based on having electricity.
Yep.
So technology is the same way.
Yep.
They can snatch that rug, or it can be snatched by whatever means, and then how are you going to function? So you got all these people that now they live off the grid, they get out of the mainstream lifestyle, and they condition themselves to acclimate to that way for a time when it will be that way.
Yep.
The world will be in darkness one day. You won't have them devices to be able to depend on. You know, I got a song called Digital Hypnosis on that album, Audio Optics album. And that's what it talks about. When this whole thing breaks down, you know, how can you function? Because technology has become a drug.
Yeah.
It is.
We're addicted to technology.
Yeah.
And the use of it for the good, that's cool. You know, let's use it for how we can to get rich, to educate, do whatever we got to do. But on the same token, every last one of us is like a dope fiend when it comes to technology, because if you can't get on your computer, can't get on your phone, can't get on your laptop, whatever it is, we are not the same when that happens.
Yeah.
It's like something in your body is like you started
geeking for that Wi-Fi.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So that's how we've been shaped and conditioned, man, and put into that mindset.
Yeah.
We got to get ourselves, and it's funny because those of us who are old enough, we remember a day when none of that even existed.
Right. Exactly.
So we can kind of we can imagine a world because we know it was a world like that. But if you're 17,
good luck.
If you're 20,
it is.
Good luck.
No Facebook, no Instagram will break you. You ain't got no TikTok for 24, 48 hours? Oh my God.
I seen people crying when TikTok went down.
They was selling phones $20,000.
Yeah, they was crying.
Oh yeah, they still selling iPhones right now. $10,000 for an iPhone
with
14
with TikTok.
With TikTok installed on.
And how somebody gonna buy it?
Oh yes,
they already buy it.
Shoot to the vein.
You gotta have that dope. You know what I'm saying? They need they fix, man.
So what you think about the DEI?
Hold on, quick question. What is DEI? For the people that don't know, break down that acronym. DEI, what is that?
Diversity, equality, and what's the I?
Inclusion.
Inclusion.
Oh, they got rid of that, right?
That's what they say.
Yeah, that's the push. But it's the same thing like I was saying about everything else when it relates to Trump or whatever. If we do what we're supposed to do,
we'll be good to go.
We don't worry about. See, if somebody gives you something, they can take it back.
Exactly. They can feed you, they can starve you.
If we give something, they feed you, they can starve. If we give something to ourselves that's independent of them, they can't take it away. So once again, we get caught up in this westernized way of thinking. They gonna take away our affirmative action. They gonna take away our rights. It's like they gave you that. They gave you that. What about what's innately yours, or what you create for yourself, and say, okay, well, do what you do. If we do what we're supposed to do, We only take it. So what? No matter. Who cares? You know, it would be like if we had a farm, but we bought some land together and started farming when we got everything we need. We got animals, we got all this stuff. And then all of a sudden somebody say, man, all the grocery stores are shutting down. We'll be like, man,
So?
that's messed up for the people who still had a dependency on it.
Yeah.
But we good.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, so yeah, I mean, all of these things, all these reasons, and we can speak the truths of it to say, well, the reason for the removal of all this stuff, the foundation of why they doing is racism and all, you know, so that's cool. But we have always known, well, we should always have known America is a racist country. You know, the only people who will say America ain't a racist country is people who have not been affected by it or they don't know the history of it, you know. But at the end of the day, we know what it is. So I'm not going to cry about somebody else. Hey, Keesto let me borrow a car 7 months ago. I ain't had no car. He said, man, I got an extra car. You can borrow it. When Keesto come to get that car back, I got to give it up, bro. I've got the feeling like it's mine now because I've been driving it 5-6 months now. You know, I got my little stuff in it in the back, and it's not my car.
Yeah.
Whatever they give you, they can take it back.
That's a fact. Yeah.
This is true.
You know,
Whatever they take, they take it back.
Yeah, it don't matter to me. We got to stop not looking at it like Young Pro was saying earlier, like you don't watch the news, but you glance at it just to kind of keep tapping what's going on. You got to do that. But man, we get to crime because we done developed such a dependency, not just on the technology, but on policy.
Yeah.
We done got hooked on that.
Yeah.
You know, nah, man, we got to get hooked on our own independence, man.
Yeah.
You know,
and that's when you find freedom. I didn't even know that until we start building. And now the stuff that's going around you, you be like, man, that's cool, good thing you got a job and all that good stuff. But I ain't worrying about none of that stuff. And that's when you really find freedom.
They can take that job from you.
Yeah.
They're gonna take it.
And see, that's the thing I was just about to say, is that there are people who pretty much try to downplay what it is I'm doing with my life and building and working on because I don't have no safety net. I don't have I have a degree, you know what I'm saying? I'm good at what I do. I have a skill set, but I work for myself. I'm self-employed. I don't have a 9-to-5 job that I clock into.
They want you in that box.
Yeah, but that's what I'm about to say. You might not have no safety net, but what else you don't got? You ain't got no ceiling.
Right.
So you
who to say you don't have a safety net?
Right. Everybody with a job got a ceiling.
Right.
They make a certain amount of money, a certain amount of hours, just as much as you getting. You work for yourself, it'd be days and months you can make quadruple what you make.
And that's what happens. It's like there's months where I'm really up and there's months when I'm really down. But guess what? On every single month of every single day, I'm the one that retains control.
Yeah.
Can't nobody tell me and be like, you know what, Young Pro, you're not gonna make no money today. Yeah. No, that might just mean, hey, Pro, you gotta work a little bit harder for that bag today. But guess what? You are the person that is ultimately in control of your destiny and how much money or how hard or how soft you go. Like, you need to go at pause. But you have to go and you know
I got you. But as a man, to me, as a man, it's nothing better than eating the food that I kill.
Oh, it's the best.
You know what I mean?
It's the best. Because I don't depend on that paycheck.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because guess what? If they can feed you, they can starve you, right?
Yeah.
So guess what? All right, you know what? Hey, we didn't like that post that you made on Facebook, Mr. Williams. So guess what? We're gonna cut your hours by half. You know, just so you learn your lessons to never make that type of post again.
Yeah.
Like, what you mean? My job? I'm still doing my job. Ain't nothing. What do you mean? You didn't like the post that I made about the president?
Yeah, exactly. Nah, we
so here's the thing, right? And this is a real thing. This is a good segue also. China has social credit scores, right? Everybody, you know the social, the credit score is, right? Like, okay, they have social credit scores. So what that means is that they have CCTVs, cameras everywhere around the entire city with facial recognition and AI technology and all types of things. And they have their own algorithms. And pretty much you are in a surveillance state. Big Brother is watching you 24/7, 365. Everything that you're doing is being recorded, documented, and stored by the Chinese Communist Party. So then what they do is they go through and they use algorithms and AI and eventually, actual human beings to look at this data once it's been brought to a certain level from the algorithms, and you're under a microscope. Every single thing that you do, everything that you consume, everything that you watch, every tweet that you make, everything, it's all documented. And if you don't participate in the train of thought that the state finds to be what they want to promote, then they're gonna dock you. You know what I mean? Which means they might make your freedom of movement restricted. Okay, you want to go and visit your girlfriend in the next town, council block, whatever. Nope, we're gonna restrict your movements. Why? Because we didn't like what you were saying. Or you know what? We're gonna limit on how many things you can buy for your household or your groceries or whatever else they decide they want to trickle down to. So ultimately, when it really boils down to, the point that I'm making, man, is that we have to get autonomous and independent from these big machines and governments that the world is completely engulfed in right now. And that's why everybody is so frantic and anxiety filled, is because they know for a fact the people at the top don't give a damn about the people at the bottom, and you have no control whatsoever unless you take that control back by unplugging from the system.
When you was describing that, I was visualizing America.
Yeah, they do that already. Yeah,
America sounds eerily similar. Maybe,
we're
maybe
getting
not
there.
Yeah, but
We're getting there.
yeah. So yeah,
We're not there yet,
right.
but we are definitely rapidly approaching that.
I was thinking about not the terror part of it, not like the discipline so much about it, but that algorithm that shows all this stuff. They do that now every time you turn on your computer to sell you things.
Oh yeah.
They learn your ways, your behavior. That's why they suggest these certain things to you. That play's been in play already for years.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. You ever talk about something with your partners, right?
Oh yeah,
So
your
you be
phone's recording your
Yeah,
ass.
you be on the phone. Man, this happened to us. We be on
Yeah.
the phone talking like, hey man, hey, you see that new Black Magic camera?
Beep,
Hey,
beep.
that shit fire, bro. We need to get one. I heard they just put it on sale.
Yeah.
It's about $400 cheaper than it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I might get one. Yeah, I'm gonna get one too. Why? For the next 2-3 weeks.
Number
Every
Black
time
Magic.
on
Yeah,
Facebook or Instagram or YouTube, the new Black Magic camera from what?
That's what the iPhone is.
Yeah.
Hey man, but why is it an iPhone? Like, let's really think about this. They hide things in plain sight. Like, if you really want to break it down, let's drop some knowledge on them. I'll tell you I'm conspiracy.
Go ahead, man.
Let me drop some bombs on them,
Go
man.
ahead.
So, can anybody tell me what the actual price for the first Apple computer was?
I can tell you this. I can tell you.
Hold on. Kate, do you know?
No.
You want me to tell him?
I don't know.
Just give me one guess, and then I'm gonna let Key tell you. What was the actual numerical value
You can
of
look
the
this up.
first Apple
retail?
computer
Yeah.
that was ever sold?
You can look it up.
Retail, right?
Yeah.
$150.
No.
Nah.
Go ahead, tell them.
It was $666
Oh, okay.
and 66 cents.
Okay, they throw them sixes down.
And
Yeah,
the
they did.
logo of Apple
Is what?
is what?
With the bit off Apple, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And what did they say the apple is? The forbidden fruit.
Forbidden fruit.
Right. And why did he bite the forbidden fruit? Is because he wanted to have
The
knowledge.
knowledge.
Okay, you see, my brother, let me tell y'all something, boy.
You know what I'm saying? Like you know.
Wait a minute, now this
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
it's crazy.
so that segues into the iPhone. Right? The iPhone. The all-seeing eye
Right.
phone.
Right.
Right? And then what do they have when you want to ask your phone something? What do you say? You say, hey, what?
Siri.
And it was Siri.
It's a bitch.
This is true.
It's a computer bitch.
But Siri also comes from Sirius, which comes from Egypt, which comes from the god Sirius, and all of that shit that's all tied in too.
Breaking
So
it down.
it's not. None of this is done by accident.
Yeah.
None of this is done by accident. Even when you talk about Microsoft, what do they call it?
Well, Microsoft.
Windows.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Right? Microsoft Windows. And what do you do with Windows?
You get in or you open it
You
up.
see through Windows, right? And what do they call the eyes?
Windows to the soul.
Exactly.
You see, my brother, let me just break it down like that. You take the 6 and you put it on top of the eye. Now you have the eye. Hey man, I don't know. You know,
It's kind of crazy.
but they do code. They do code a lot
It's
of things.
coded
They
language,
code
man.
it in movies. They code it in everything that we do. So I don't. You know, I don't. What I don't know, I don't know.
Why
but
would
I
you
don't
name
know.
your computer? Why would you price your computer $666.66?
And how much come out the tax? No,
That's crazy to me. I was like, what the hell?
And see, the thing about it is it sounds so like just like what? What do you sound so crazy that it's like even if you tell somebody this, they're like, yeah, whatever, nigga.
Yeah.
Well, I think if a lot of people like if you don't know the origins of what those numbers represent, what those like you said, the Apple, people might oh man, But I mean, I don't know the detail, but I feel like it's a lot of truth in a lot of that stuff that they do because they do code a lot of things.
Well, look at the dollar bill, okay? We talking about eyes,
We
right?
broke it down.
I know we do, but look at the $1 bill. What's on the top of the pyramid?
Yeah, they got the eye.
The eye again.
Yeah.
So you telling me it's a coincidence that there's an eye on the top of a pyramid on a $1 bill, and then the biggest phone is an iPhone, and it's talking about Siri, and it's the forbidden fruit, and the Apple, and the price is $666. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Pardon my
So
language.
once again, my
You
brother,
know what I'm saying? So
And
you
you
want me
do
to tell
that,
me
that
all of
Young
this?
Pro is trying to tell.
Yeah, man. Look, get your guns and gold, man. Guns and butter, baby.
And you like Oswald, what's my guy name on Living Color?
Yeah.
I gotta see that, man. That dude, Damon Wayans.
Oh yeah.
I remember when Pro showed me it's an army base in San Diego that has a swastika on the top of the damn
Yeah, it's built in a swastika.
It's crazy. It's some of
If
the
you look at it from space,
Yeah,
literally
it's a swastika.
It's a swastika.
And it's a U.S. base. It's a U.S. Army base, which is
And it was built right after World War II.
Yeah.
And here's another part that gets crazy about that is like when you look at the history and you do your homework, you realize, okay, World War II, we were fighting against who? Germany and the Nazis and Adolf Hitler, right? After the collapse of the Third Reich and after the collapse of Nazi Germany, what happened to all of those scientists and those brains that were over there working for Hitler in the Third Reich and Nazi Germany? Nobody knows? Okay. I'll give you a little spoiler alert. There's two places where these people went. More than that, more than two places, but these are the two main. One of them was in South America, right? There is a town in South America, right, where everybody speaks German and they're twins and they all have blonde hair and blue eyes.
Okay.
Just look it up. This is a fact. If I'm lying, I'm dying. Look it up. Fact.
No,
check.
I'm
Right? No, this is for my viewers that are watching.
Gotcha.
If I'm lying, I'm dying. Go look it up. The other place that these Third Reich Nazi scientists came was to America. Did you know that the people that started NASA are German? And they were employed by Adolf Hitler. And pretty much what the United States government did was these Nazi scientists, these Nazi, whatever you want to call them, they're so smart that rather than kill them or let them fall into our enemy's hands, we might as well just go on and bring them all the way over here to America.
And utilize them.
And utilize them.
So let me see.
And assimilate them.
40.
So you see, my brother, whispering.
So the 45, I think the war was over, World War II, 45. NASA started in 1958. So yeah, the timeline of those people, they would still be, still be around. They could still be around, This is the conspiracy hour. Dialogue podcast, man. Y'all do your own research.
Look it up, man. You know what I mean?
Out, man. But man, what we looking at time, man?
Man, we almost there too. So we
wrap this thing up, man.
Yeah, Young Pro, aka Young Prophecy.
Yeah, man. Yeah. The prophetic one, man. The prolific man. You know what I'm talking about?
Always great when Young Pro steps in the door, man.
Yeah, this is my guy, man.
But yeah, we're not gonna hold y'all too long, man. It's been another great episode.
Yes,
and we got more coming, man. Some great stuff coming up, some great guests coming up along down the pipeline. So y'all get ready for that. And we gonna be on y'all head like a hoodie all year long.
Yeah, man.
And it's gonna get hot. Because as the circumstances in this world ramp up, we're gonna have to ramp up as well. Yeah, without a doubt. Because we trying to feed y'all. We ain't. We'll let everybody else play around and argue over frivolous nonsense. We're gonna be trying to save y'all and save ourselves at the same time.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Pro, Go ahead, bro.
Now, I was just gonna say, man, the ties that bind us out right now, man. South Park Coalition,
That's
man.
right.
K-Rino, OG Point Blank, man. The rest of the guys.
Ain't no such thing as a shameless.
Yeah,
no shame.
Look. I'm gonna keep plugging it, man. Look, hey, man. Look, hey, say, man, we gonna plug it, man. We gonna thug it, and they gonna love it, man. We gonna plug it, man. You know, and that's how he does it, man. But I just want to say, man, I appreciate you guys for having me on the platform as always, man. Lay on me. I'm proud of you guys. Salute to these two brothers right here, my guys, man. You know what I'm saying? It's very inspirational, man. To come here and watch. Sometimes, man, I ain't gonna lie, man. I roll up a big fatty and I just smoke one and just watch y'all kick it on the Underground Dialogue podcast, and it's dope, man. It's a real treat for the culture. I appreciate what you guys are doing, and man, let's keep this thing going, man.
And look, in real talk, this is Jay's office.
That's what I said. I said,
this is his desk.
I'm in your house.
Painted this bitch.
I'm in your house. I don't know what you're talking about.
He hangs the cameras. That's why it looks like that.
Like, come on, man.
Hey, man.
No, we appreciate you, man. But I appreciate you, brother. You know, it's like I said, you always bring something great to the table. All the way back to K-Rino radio days, you know. So
Just taking it back.
This is his idea too.
He ain't no guest. This is not a guest.
Yeah.
We in his house. You know?
Yeah, exactly. And look, this was his idea. My desk in the front looked like a regular desk. Pro's bringing freaking studios and radio tables and computer. He had the studio up on this big bad boy. And man, look, this was all his vision. So this I'm not gonna not give him his credit on that one, man.
No question. Yeah. Well, hey, man, it's your big brother K-Rino.
It's your boy Keesto Young Pro.
Yeah, we are the Underground Dialogue podcast where the name speaks for itself. We'll catch y'all later, man. We are out. Yeah. I ain't had no paper.
And it's your big brother K-Rino. Look, man, the Underground Dialogue website is back in function. We back in motion, man. If y'all want Underground Dialogue podcast merch, whatever you need, go to undergrounddialogue.com and check us out. And always make sure that every Wednesday night, y'all are checking out the Underground Dialogue podcast right on YouTube, 9 p.m. Central Time. Yeah! What's up, man? It's your big brother K-Rino. And check this out, man. The Underground Dialogue podcast is offering advertising opportunities, man. You can promote your business, you can promote your video, your song, whatever it is that you have, man. Reach out to us if you're interested in promoting on the Underground Dialogue podcast. All you got to do is email us at undergrounddialoguepodcast@gmail.com. Get it. What up, man? It's your big brother K-Rino. I'm proud to announce that I'm a new brand ambassador to this new brand of clothing and shoes called Volas. Y'all make sure that y'all support this. It's already available. Houston-based company, straight out the A's. Look at the quality of the packaging itself. We ain't even got to the shoes yet, man. And this is just one pair of shoes, one design. They got all kinds of dope designs of shoes that you guys can choose from. Go to volas.biz and find your order, find what you want. Wide selection to choose from, male and female items, and I'm proud to be a part of it, man. Community workers, versatile products, Volas, manufactured in Italy. Look at the quality of this box, man. Y'all don't know what it is, man. Catch y'all later on. Peace.
Level legit clothes, so get used to people asking you, yo, where you get those? Say we wear Volas. We showing up. We wear Volas. Next brand blowing up. We wear